Hi, and welcome back. This is really exciting today. We're actually having our first guest on the Dr. Mindy Experiment, and so I'd like to welcome Matt Walters, who is physical therapist extraordinaire and dear friend, and has helped me with a lot of physical therapy needs, and he is going to show us some exercises, stretches, etc. for plantar fasciitis. So Matt, tell us what we need to know.
Well, the plantar fascia is a very complicated area in some senses because we all have them, but whenever we step on our feet, we can notice when they're inflamed. And so one of the things that we have to really work on is flexibility. Flexibility goes so many ways, especially for the foot, and those are the things I'd like to show you.
Okay, let's do it.
So yes, flexibility is very important for the foot. And whenever we step, we dorsiflex, which is bringing the foot up. And when you bring the foot up, it has to clear. It's usually about 10 to 15 degrees of motion in that, and so it keeps us from stubbing our toes. Well, when we have plantar fasciitis, typically that is not as flexible as it needs to be. And so when we step, that foot gets stripped, more or less gets in this position, and it puts extra stress on the plantar fascia. And so we need to stretch that out to take the pressure off of the heel, which also takes pressure off the plantar fascia. So the three things to think about are: 1, don't go barefoot; 2, flexibility stretch; and 3, anti-inflammatory. And so the first thing is to don't go barefoot. Whenever you're in your house, you don't want to go barefoot because that puts extra stress on the foot. So you want to try to wear some kind of cushioned shoe, whether it be a flip-flop, which I'm not a big fan of flip-flops, and then Crocs style, goes a long way, or any kind of house shoe that has some kind of sole on it, because that'll lessen and cushion the steps. Second is flexibility. So we can demonstrate some stretches that you can do that are really helpful.
Is this like Hans and Franz flexibility?
Yeah, yes. So the flexible. So we're going to stretch a couple of different muscles, primarily the gastroc and the soleus are the main ones. And then I'll show you a mobilization you can use a ball for the foot.
Yes, okay. Translation, those are our calf muscles.
We'll start with the two most important stretches. That's the gastroc stretch.
Okay.
And so you can do this one of two ways. One, I'm going to show you, all you need is a wall, and you just put your foot up, you put your hands against the wall, you bring one foot back, there you go. Make sure that back leg is straight and the heel is on the ground, and then you just gently lean forward. And you should feel a stretch right here. Now that's the soleus stretch. We want to do the gastroc with the knee stretched, the knee extended. That's it. Now you just hold this for a good 5 deep breaths or 20 seconds or so, and then you switch to the other side. And she's got good flexibility there, so that's good. So, but you don't want that heel to come out. You want it straight. Right. So I always like to try to line up that foot with a line to get it straight.
Ah, there's a line on the carpet.
There you go. That's perfect. And you just hold it. No bouncing. Just hold it nice, slow, and steady. That's the key. Sometimes you can even put like a card underneath the heel and put it against it with a rubber band and hold it with it tense, and sometimes that kind of teaches people not to lift their heels up.
Pick it up.
That's right. So
okay.
That's the gastroc stretch. So the second calf stretch is the soleus stretch. The soleus is a muscle that does not cross the knee joint. So to do this, we have to bend the knee to take the gastroc out so we can isolate the soleus. And so it's the same position that the last one was in. The toes are straight. Now straighten that foot against the line, and then you just gently bend the knee slightly, and that targets the soleus. And then you do the same thing where you hold it for either 5 deep breaths or 20 seconds and sustain it and do it maybe 2 or 3 times. These have to be done every day, at least 2 to 3 times a day, sometimes more, sometimes less, and you just gently hold it. Again, no bouncing, just nice and easy static holds with the toes straight. That's really what helps. The third way to really mobilize the foot is to use one of these. This is a tennis ball, a super ball. I got it at one of the clothing stores called Alleviate. You can get it for $0.25, which is hard to believe. Or our favorite, Coca-Cola.
Cherry Coke Zero.
Which is like the best. And these bottles work best. What you do is you fill it with water and freeze it. And it works well to kind of help with the anti-inflammatory stage. But the contour of the bottle really works well with the foot. So what you do is you take the ball, you put it on the floor, and you roll your foot all over that for about a minute. And you can use whichever one of these you'd like to use, but all of them work really well. And what this does is it helps mobilize the plantar fascia at the bottom of the foot, and it feels really good.
One time I tried to use those little dryer balls, but I'm super ticklish and they tickled the bottom of my feet too much.
That's perfect. And some people are more ticklish than others and more sensitive to others, so you just want to use one of these three that kind of fits your certain state of inflammation.
Well, I also always have a bottle of Cherry Coke Zero around, so
there you go.
that would be easy.
It's upcycling at its best.
That's right. Upcycling for health and science.
There you go. Okay, so one of the exercises you can do is that we can work on the intrinsic muscles of the foot. And to do so, it's kind of fun because you can use different things to kind of claw away at the different things. One is trying to pick up items with your toes. And you can do these sitting, you can do them standing, but I prefer initially starting with sitting, and you just, oh man, that's great. It's kind of like the claw game at the, you can see at the convenience stores back in the day.
Except I'm not winning a prize.
No, well,
Except
yeah.
a happy foot.
Happy foot, happy feet is really all we really want. Yeah, so just nice and easy, and just practice that, and you can pick them up, you can put them in jars, you can put them in bowls, you can try two at a time. What I like to use dice, and that way we can try to pick them up until we roll a 7, which is a lot of fun.
Then you can gamble and exercise at the same time.
I'm not going to comment on that one, but anyways, it's fun. But yeah, you can do that. Another thing you can do is you can actually start picking up a towel. So we've got a towel here, and you can try using your toes to scrunch the towel. And you can either scrunch it and move it. There you go, which is, man, that's impressive. Or you can, yeah, perfect. And that's kind of how you can work on those things too, to kind of work the intrinsic muscles of the foot.
All right, well thank you, Matt, for showing us some exercises today. How often should we do these?
I would say do them right when you get up in the morning, at least 2 to 3 times a day. And then remember, this is a maintenance thing. It's going to be, you're going to have to keep doing this every day and not just expect it to go away immediately. It takes some time because the body takes a while to heal. And so I think you just need to continue to do this and just try these simple things and see if they help.
Well, thank you, Matt.
My pleasure.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned.